Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we are currently working on assembly of our colony here. And the very first thing that we need to do is make sure it has some form of life support, so that when Kerbals get in, they don't immediately explode, because they take off their helmet, and we need to make sure that that's going to go well. So for that to happen, we need to have some form of waste disposal. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hop over here and we're going to grab ourselves a singular waste container. Just one. That's all we need for now. So I don't know what each of these are. Let's go into here. Kerbal construction mode. And can we right click on these from here? No. Okay. So I don't know which is which. That's fun. This is H2O, so that's water. This is O2. So that is oxygen. What else we got here? Life support. This is CO2. Life support. So I think we want to grab one of these and a waste hex can. So that's CO2, that's food, that's life support, that's H2O. Okay. So let's hop up over this direction then and see what we've got. That's CO2. That's CO2. And that's CO2. I don't know that they're actually all that. So let's hop into the actual lander here, and let's see what we've got. So this is a water hex can here. This is an oxygen hex can. This has food, oxygen, and water. So we want one of these. And this is a waste hex can. Okay. So what we want is these two. Okay, so I'm going to detach this guy. We're too far. Let's see if we can get up there. RCS on. Okay. Grabbed it. And then let's grab this one as well. So that's a life support supplies hex can. There. And then this is an oxygen hex can. I'm not sure that that's true. Okay, well, let's bring this over and we will find out. So we're moving some of this life support over here, and we just need to grab this and place it like here. We just have to move these step by step here along the way. And then we're going to attach them probably like up top here. We've got a lot of assembly to do on this yet. No doubt about that. Okay, so let's put this out over here for now. And then let's put this guy up here. That'll do. And then we should be able to get this attached. Okay, so for now, we can attach this here. I'm not sure if it's actually going to attach, though. So this would be a surface attachment. Let's rotate this a bit. Hang on, let's reset the orientation. There we go. So we hold H to attach. Too far from target. Okay. We will just put it over here for now, then. We'll just move these a little bit closer, and we need to get over this way. So the main question is, if we surface attach these, will they actually attach, right? So let's do that. Yes, that is attached. Cool. Okay, let's grab this guy, and this may be too far away. It is. For the moment, let's just put him right over here. So we'll attach that there. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to hop into here and see what we have available. Yeah, there's a lot of this stuff. That's fine for now. We will get this attached. Okay, so here's the ground anchor. We can see that we've got oxygen, water, and food here. And this is just oxygen. Okay, so we did not manage to grab a waste container there. Well, that is very unfortunate. Okay, Dunvan, we're going to need you to go grab a waste container. We apparently did not grab one. I had definitely intended to grab a waste container there, but apparently we didn't get it. So that's fine. We'll go grab another thing. Should be fine. Okay, so back over here, this container is a water container. This is a waste text can. So all we should need to do is hop up here, grab this guy, and we'll put it right down here. Yeah, so that's a waste text can, and that's all we should need for now as far as life support goes. For the moment. So we'll just move this on over, and we'll attach it right here, is the idea. So that looks fine for now. I want to grab this guy and move it up over here. There we go. 3 meters isn't a lot of distance, but it's fine. We could move it along with us like that, but I think we're better off to just do this for the time being. So we'll get this attached here, and then we should be able to get a Kerbal inside of this and start actually doing some things. But first, let's just go ahead and attach this guy right here. So now we should have life support here. Next up, we're going to want to have some form of power. So what I want to do is I want to head over and get ourselves a bit of a vertical position here. So I want to grab one of these modular girder segments, and I want to bring it on over. That's going to be the next mission here. So we're going to bring this guy over, and this direction is fine. So we actually kind of want to bring 2, I think. Yeah, I'm just looking at the distance there. 2 modular girder segments is probably about right. So we'll bring 2 of these over. And the idea is we're going to stack them right here, vertically. Okay, so why don't you come on over to about here. There you go. And then you can come on over here. Perfect. And then we'll go about here, move them over, and then stack them up. This is going to be a little too far, isn't it? Okay, so we'll put this guy here, and then this guy is going to go here. Perfect. Okay, and now we will stack these right up on top. The idea here is, and I want to attach that. The idea here is that we're going to put solar panels up here. Okay, so we'll just attach this guy. I can't really see exactly where we have this set up. It's not exactly lined up, but it doesn't really need to be. We are too far away for this. Okay, so what we need to do then is just place this here for now. And up we go. And we're just going to position ourselves right here. Attach this guy right on there. Perfect. That'll do. And now we can go get some of these Gigantor solar panels. So that will be the next mission, is to fetch these 2. We do have more Gigantors here, but for now, we're just going to set up with the 2. So a lot of these parts are starting to get put together, and these are, you know, not perfectly aligned. We'll see if we can nudge those parts. We probably can. So for now, what I want to do is I want to head over here. I want to grab this Gigantor, and we can set this up. Well, we can put it, like, here for now. There we go. I have a little bit of trouble with my color blindness telling the difference between the too far away and the in-range colors here. So you see, this is clearly green, and then when we go out here, this is yellow. I can see the difference if I'm distinctly looking for it. Like, when it changes, I can see the difference. But I have a bit of a hard time seeing it when it's only one color. Like, if it's out over here, I'm just like, yeah, that's green-ish. it's not, but, you know. Here we are. It's fine. We can just trial and error it. Okay, so let's position ourselves here and drop this guy off here, and then this one can go about here. Looks good. And now I want to, before we get these installed, I want to see about this positioning, because I don't like how these are stacked. So, to that end, let's head on up here, and I'm just going to land ourselves right up on top here. So, with that, I'm going to grab this guy, although we can't grab this one, can we? Actually, we can. Interesting. It wants to attach to itself. So, you know, that's a bit problematic. For the time being, I'm just going to put this here. We don't actually want it there, but I'm going to put it there while we adjust this. Now, I'm going to do this in Kerbal construction mode because we can use the move tool to just nudge this into position, about like that. There we go. And then we can grab this guy with Kerbal construction and just snap it right on top like that. That is much better aligned. We can also use Kerbal construction to set up these. Now, I'm thinking about what angle I want these to go in, and when they're furled, I kind of want them to be like this and up top, like that. So let's do that, and then let's do the same thing up here. Okay, there we go. So that should give us some form of power flow. Perfect. Let's exit Kerbal construction mode for now. And we need to start thinking about other directions down here, right? So we need to go grab a couple more modular girder segments, and we need to attach those going here and here. So that is going to be the next mission here. We'll need to bring those over. We're just getting some superstructure put together here for now. And we're going to need to move those fuel tanks over, the Convertatron. There's a lot of things here that are going to need to be moved, and this is not one of them. So that's going to be exciting. But let's just grab these modular girder segments. I'm actually going to move the entire grouping of them over. So we're just going to grab all 4 of these. I only have immediate plans for using 2. And actually, we can stack these together and move them like this. So this might actually be relatively fine. Okay, so let's do that for now. And we can head out over this way. Now it should be a little faster to move these. So we can just place this here. There we go. And they're stacked together and moving as one. So that looks perfect. And honestly, we probably should have done this with Kerbal construction because they would be snapped together basically perfectly. And I think that we should redo that. Yeah. Particularly this one is bad, but they're both kind of bad. So I'm going to take that off, and we're just going to snap these nodes together. Boom. I think if I did the node snapping in the other construction mode, it would work fine, but I mean, so does this, so it'll do. So from here, we can just do this as it is. We can grab these guys and just assign it right here, right? But that's too far away. So let's just put this out over here for now. We'll get these a little closer. And then we'll move ourselves in over here, with the idea being that we're going to grab this. And do we want to do this in Kerbal construction? Actually, I think maybe. Kerbal construction isn't letting me grab these parts, so I don't know why. That's very odd. Let me grab that part. But yeah, not these. Okay, well, that's okay for now. What we could do is we could just detach these like that. That might be why, because they had that attachment done. No, that did not do it. Okay, well, we can just mount this here then. It will be fine. That is approximately correct. If we want to nudge the positioning of it, maybe we can... Oh, now this is working. Okay. Cool. So if we want to nudge the positioning of that, we can. I think it's pretty okay. So let's grab this one and place this guy in... I mean, this isn't perfect. But right about here, we're going to need to move that down a little bit. So we're going to use the move tool and just bring that right on down to be approximately there. I think it's still a little too low. Needs to be about there. Okay. Now, using Kerbal construction, we can't grab these. I think these are root parts at this point. I think that's the issue there. But we should be able to grab this and then place it here. And then I want to, yeah, attach to the node like this. Yeah, that's the way we want to do that. Beautiful. So that looks good. We're going to need to get a little closer out over here. So we can grab this guy and place this here. We want to R to change node and then hold H to attach. And there we go. Yeah, That's the way I want that truss to go together. So approximately like that. So now the question is, how do we want to have these divisions divided up, right? So we know that we have the convertatron here. This is about getting liquid fuel, which we are going to need some liquid fuel. So that means that we're going to need a source of a source of construction, right? So next what I want to do is I want to hop over here. I want to get Tenand to hop on out. Tenand is in here. Okay, we'll need to transfer over. Or just EVA. Hatches obstructed, can't exit. Yeah. So just transfer over to here. That didn't go. There we go. Now Tenand can EVA. And the idea here is Tenand is going to EVA on over, and we are going to come this way. There we go. We're going to grab on here, and we're going to board. So Tenand should be fine here. Our electricity is depleted, yes. We can't extend this Gigantor or this landing strut. I'm not entirely certain why. Oh, probably not enough electric charge. Yeah, that's probably the case. Okay, so let's hop over to... I have no idea where one of our Kerbals is. It doesn't matter which one. We don't need Dunvan. Notagun will work just fine. Nice head bashing there, Notagun. She managed to bash her head into the strut there. It's fine. So once we're here, this seems okay. And I would like to now extend this solar panel. So these solar panels are extended. We could theoretically break them, and we would prefer not to do that. Now, down over here, can we manually extend these legs? That's a negative. Okay, that's fine. So, this is our fertilizer container here. So, I think what we need here is we need to have, like, a life support wing. We need to have a, like, mining wing and a habitation wing. So this out over here can be our habitation. That would be fine. So that would also mean grabbing this guy, which could be exciting. So mining and refining, and then life support, right? So mining and refining could be theoretically like out over here. So that would mean including things like this smelter, the convertatron, the forge here. Those would all be things that would be done there. We need to decide where we want to put this fuel tank. And currently, I'm leaning towards putting that fuel tank right here. And that would be going out this direction. So if our mining is out on one of these sides, mining and refining, and life support is out on one of these, like over here, hypothetically, then that would mean that this over here would be what? Power? That could be a thing. Yeah, I think that's a theoretical possibility. So that's reasonably fine. We'd have a power section, a habitation section, a mining and refining section, and then a life support section. So we need Dunvan at this point because Dunvan has the electric drill. We could get the others an electric drill, but here's Dunvan. So that'll be fine. Now, as far as moving this fuel tank goes, this is going to be too heavy. So we're absolutely going to need additional Kerbals to help with this, and we're going to need to move quite a bit here. So this is going to be theoretically problematic, but we have fewer components out on the ground now, so how heavy is this? We're still too far? Okay. Actually, we only need 2 Kerbals here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place Billy Bobcott right about here for now. And then I want to grab Notagun here. Where are you at, Notagun? Any moment now, we'll find Notagun. There we go. I want you to position right about... I mean, here is fine. But we're going to need one more Kerbal. if we want to do it this way. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop over to, I guess the ground anchor is fine. We'll get Tenand out here. Come on out, Tenand. All hatches are obstructed. This hatch is not actually obstructed. Okay. We may have to rotate this. That's a little odd. I didn't expect that to happen, but that's one of those problems that this shakedown cruise is intended to find. So rotating that won't be a big deal. It's just mildly awkward. Okay, Pabus will be fine. Come on over here, Pabus. Yeah, that's okay. So where is Dunvin now? At this point, we need Dunvin. That was not a gun. Billy Bobcott, here's Dunvin. Okay, this is still too heavy. Really? Pabus is right here, though. Is Pabus not close enough? Let's find Pabus. Where are you at? There's Pabus. Okay, Pabus might not be close enough. Yeah, that's the issue. Okay, so we'll grab this, and we will position this right about here. Now, of course, we need Dunvin. So let's head over to Dunvin. There he is. Excellent. And this is currently kind of rolling over here. Okay, we're going to grab this, and we're going to place it about here. There we go. Now, we can grab this again, using this kind of Kerbal assembly line here. And I'm not sure if this is going to be close enough or not. Actually, I think it might be. So that looks good. I want to change our node here. Yeah, bottom is fine. And attach like that. This node cannot be used for surface attach. Really? What about Kerbal construction? We can't do this because this is, I believe, a root part. Okay. Well, we got it attached over here. So, let's see if maybe we can do something like this. That's surface attach. That's bottom. Yeah, so it doesn't want to go in right here. It'll go in here. But we're not finding this node. It'll allow us to surface attach this. But that's not the direction I want this to go. So there's gotta be a way to do this. Yeah, it'll let us attach it here. Why is it not allowing us to attach right here? We want it to turn gray. Like, well, not that. We're too far away for that. But we want it to turn gray like this. So that indicates that this is correctly set up. This is not currently correct. I don't care whether it's the bottom or the top. It would allow us to surface attach it. I wonder if we surface attach this like that. Now can we Kerbal construct this? No, we cannot. But maybe now we need to get a Kerbal over here. Maybe that'll change something and allow us to do that. So this is Tenand right now. That's fine. We will need to deal with Tenand, but let's just bring Pabus up over here. This is not the orientation that I want this to be in, to be clear. This is absolutely not how I want this to go. But I want to then detach this. I was hoping to detach it with Kerbal construction, but unfortunately that was not a thing. So let's bring Pabus right up over here. Okay, now we need to go back to Dunvin. Here he is. And I'd love to Kerbal detach this, but I don't think that's a possibility at this time. So we detached that. I'm going to bring it back over here so that it's not just rolling off. And it's kind of rolling again. Okay. I was hoping that this would have updated it so that we can actually attach it to this node. That doesn't seem to be an option. So, given that, I wonder. And what I wonder is whether we could use this fairing to bridge the gap. Well, we can't pick it up in Kerbal construction. That's fine. Let's just put our fairing right about here for now. Let's move this over and see if maybe that would do the trick. So that part might be able to get us what we need. There's a distinct possibility. Okay. We're now too far from this. There we go. So let's just place this right about here for now. We'll get this a little bit closer in here. Where can we put this? We could put it here, but ooh. Okay. That's going to give us some issues. This physics is questionable. No doubt about that. Kaboom. Yeah, kaboom. Okay, well, that's fine. We don't actually need that. We've got a tank. That's what we needed. I was hoping to come out and catch it, but we didn't get here in time, so that's understood. Did he unequip the screwdriver? No. Okay. Noted. Well, that physics was questionable, but we should be able to remake that part, so I'm not too concerned about it right now. Let's just head right on back over here. But that was kind of my own fault, to be honest. Okay, so let's see if we can do this in Kerbal construction. That's a negative. Okay, does this allow us to attach this part? No, it does not. What if instead we grabbed this strut here and we go to attach here? No, for whatever reason, it really doesn't want to attach anything to this. I don't know why, but it's fine. We'll get it figured out. We can work on some of these other sides for now. So I think what we would end up doing, actually, is we would end up grabbing this in Kerbal construction mode and just rotating it like this and just attaching it like that. And now this is probably fine, right? Yeah, this is just fine. Okay, well, that's okay. We'll need another strut here, but we can make that once we get our mining components online. So this is okay. We'll leave it be. For now, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to begin assembly on some of our probably life support components, although we should really get our mining section online too. We're going to need a lot of that done very soon. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.